Hello and welcome to another episode of the SEO Unplugged podcast. I'm your host, Itamar Blauer. Today, I'm joined with Hellen Benavides, who's the SEO product manager at giffgaff. Hellen, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you. And thanks a lot for coming on. I think today's sort of topic is quite an underrated one, in my opinion. I think it's something that not many people like to or think as a forefront kind of topic to discuss within SEO, and that is SEO education. And this is something that, it's not just important if you have clients, for example, if you're a freelancer or if you're at an agency, but also if you're in-house, you're working with other team members, and it's something that is crucial to get them to understand what's going on, to get the buy-in especially. So it'd be really great to talk a bit about SEO education from your perspective in terms of what your experience has been trying to educate other members of your team and stakeholders about SEO.
Yeah, as you said, is underrated but extremely important and useful for in-house SEOs and agencies.
For sure. And so I guess from your perspective, being at giffgaff and with the teams that you've got and your SEO team, it's not a massive team, right? It's like, is it just yourself? I can't exactly remember.
It's just myself in partnership with many other teams. So I work very closely with the content team, of course, UXs, product managers, the brand team, and developers. So whenever I need something to be optimized, I need to get it to their roadmap, prioritized, and it's a lot of work. And I need their buy-in. If they don't understand what's SEO, why it's valuable, they won't add it to the priority list.
And then I guess then the leading question from that is, well, how do you get that buy-in? Like, what is it that you say? Obviously, if we're taking the assumption that, there's people who they think they understand SEO and they might say that they get it. It's just a few words on the page is something that I've heard many times before, as I'm sure you have, and people listening out there have as well. Then how do you go about getting that buy-in and communicating to people to improve their understanding that allows you then to get things added to the roadmaps and to get things implemented?
Yeah. Well, at first, I used to just show them the return on investment, and but they didn't understand how we would get this return on investment. For them, SEO is a mystery, and it's a mystery. They wouldn't add it to their priority list. They would say, "Okay, it's nice," but wouldn't talk to me again about it, and things get delayed. So how did I go about it? I needed to demystify SEO. If they understand what is it, how it works, they will prioritize it accordingly. So I created an SEO club at giffgaff with half an hour sessions every Friday in the morning, and I structured it in 10 sessions, very engaging and fun, hands-on sessions, and starting with the basics and then going to digital PR, link building, and how engagement affects rankings and algorithms and core web vitals, technical SEO. So I structured this in key points, easy to understand for everyone, all teams. The teams that need to drive value, drive return on investment. They need show numbers. So I would show them how SEO can help. And these sessions were first the theory, and then last 10 minutes, I would ask them to go into our SEO platform, and I would give them access, of course, prior to the session, and they would go and search for something on the tool, for example, Simon Lidius, and see how are we ranking, how are the competitors ranking, what are we doing well, what are they doing better. And then I used to ask them, what would you do if you were Hellen, if you were the SEO manager? And they would come up with the perfect solutions, with the perfect recommendations. With that, they would feel proud, useful, and very excited that they got it right and they can do it. So SEO is not a mystery anymore.
Hmm. I see. That's a really, really nice approach. I guess with that, in terms of picking the types of stakeholders or team members to attend these sessions, would they be the same people every single week? Or would you say, actually, this week is going to be something more tech SEO focused that we want just the developers on because we're going to need them to enact these changes? How did you go about that in terms of picking who in particular to invite to these sessions?
On the SEO Club, the sessions were tailored for everyone. It would be interesting, even the technical SEO would be interesting for the product manager, for the UX, for the content person. So I would invite everyone, of course. On some of them, we would have more attendance of UXs or developers, but I would do it understandable for everyone in the business.
Hmm.
And I had a very good attendance in every session. And up to today, they care about SEO. Every campaign launch, every product launch, they say, "Oh, we need to see SEO, SEO, SEO." They care about SEO spontaneously. Uh, so I would do it for everyone, and then after these 10 first sessions for everyone, so they have an overall view of what's SEO, how it works, what's the value of optimizing. After that, I would create tailored sessions for each product team. If it's phones, would be just focused on the phones keywords and content and pages and technical SEO for the phones pages. If it's only deals, only for them. But after these 10 first sessions.
Okay, I see. So there is the level of, tailoring it to within the session to the people so that they can relate better, I suppose, to how it can actually help them. And I guess, did you come across any individuals, like, did this help across the board for everyone, or do you still have some people today who need a bit more guidance, and how would you approach that if that's the case? I'm not saying that is the case. I'm curious if it is, but of course, it's like, it's the assumption that it's very difficult to get every single person in the team to understand, to have that level of education where they do buy into it. They might have conflicting types of things going on where, let's say, you're on the paid side and you might think, well, actually somebody's trying to run SEO education sessions, teach us more about it, but what that could maybe lead to is maybe we'll get less budget as a result of it if people start or if the business starts to invest more in SEO and sees it as a bigger priority. How do you sort of combat these potential sort of little internal battles? And it'd be interesting to know if that has happened.
Yeah.
within your teams?
Yeah, for some teams and some people, SEO will never be a priority. There are lost battles. and but for others, they are ambassadors for SEO. Their eyes shine when they talk about SEO. They know, they explain better than I do now. I'm proud of it. So when there is something that needs to be fixed, all the developers, they explain better than I do. It's amazing. So they are SEO ambassadors. So I have some resistance. I have some people that really care about SEO, and people that come and go. New people coming in, and they don't know what's SEO. So this is a continuous work. Every year or every other year, you need to run these sessions to make sure everyone is aware of what's the importance of SEO and how it works. The new people, we cannot expect they will know the same as the others that were already engaged. That's how it works. And for some teams, they have so many priorities. The list is so long, their backlog is so long, that's still a challenge for me to get SEO tickets prioritized.
Mm-hmm.
It's still hard, but I'm resilient, persistent, and even for title tags updates, it's complicated because we don't have a CMS. So I depend on developers for everything, and it's a challenge, but never give up.
Sure. And I guess obviously like each case is going to be unique, right? In terms of maybe the level of education you need to provide to team members, stakeholders, it would vary in terms of maybe even the chain within the organization. Sometimes it can be very difficult to even reach people who may sort of hold the keys to certain types of buy-in, or the decision making process for you to get things implemented. So it is always going to be a case by case basis. I do wonder, on the SEO education front, because it's something that is changing all of the time with the sessions that you run. So this is a sort of two-parter. Do you sort of record or document these within SOPs that you can then provide internally as resources for people to refer back to? And then B, how do you kind of approach and evolve with changes in the industry, especially nowadays? Things are changing faster than really they have been in the past 10 years. So how do you sort of keep up to date with that and make sure that your team or whoever you're trying to get that SEO education across to sort of can also stay up to date with it?
Yeah. So I update the decks every time I run these SEO clubs, 10 sessions. And for the ones that are tailored, they are always up to date. What I do on this education is to get them to understand how to use the SEO platform, the technical SEO platform. It's hands-on. I give them a task, like search for your mobile phones pages there, and check how is the core web, how are the core web vitals doing, and then they will share. Okay, we need to improve this and that, or go to this segment, the one that's most important for you. And then they would go, oh, we are ranking very well for this and that, but we can do better for the others. It's just for them to really do it themselves and understand my recommendations when I do the recommendations. Google Trends as well. They love to learn how to search for the Google Trends. So it can be fun. Sometimes when you are trying to, you think, oh, I know it's important to educate, but I won't have anyone attending because they will find it's not important, they have better things to do, it's boring. But I managed to make it fun and engaging, so everyone can do it as well.
Sure. And I guess it's
And
also in
another
terms
thing,
oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no, it's another thing that I used to do to promote the sessions is that every Monday we have a Monday morning meeting, 30 minutes with the whole business, everyone there. So I would announce there, okay, on Friday we have this session on this and that. It's important for you because this and that. It will be hands-on, and it's valuable. So it helps promoting and getting people to, let me check it. And then they go to the first session, they find it interesting, and go to the next and the next.
And what would you say is the next best thing to do if you're trying to educate people in SEO within your teams or stakeholders, but for whatever reason you're not able to run sessions about it on a consistent basis? Like, what would be the sort of most important things in your mind in terms of how to get that education across? Does it have to be sessions? Have you found that to be the most powerful thing that you can do, or are there some other things that people could do in order to try and at least get that education across, which may not involve sessions? What do you think?
This is the most powerful way. It's live, it's engaging, they can ask questions. It's only half an hour per week. It's something that they can give of their time, you know. So I would highly recommend these Friday sessions. If you can do it consistently every Friday for a few months, or every other Friday, or once a month, I highly recommend, because I don't think they will look for education themselves on their own. You know, even the content team, or UXs and the developers, they are so busy. They have so much to do. They won't stop what they are doing to understand what's SEO. I don't think so.
Hmm. Okay, so really trying to, I guess, push that and try to. I guess it's maybe one of those things where you just need to fight your corner. I mean, SEO is still, as people know, or sometimes they forget, like it is a niche, right? SEO is a niche within the digital marketing space, which in itself is a niche within the marketing space. So you're kind of like a niche within a niche within a niche, right? And it's like you have to fight your corner if you're,
Mhm.
especially if you're, the only person on your team, or if you've got a small team, not much resource, you have to be vocal about it, because I guess that's probably the only way that people will ever hear you. And I guess trying to at least get them to make that first step is going to be
Mhm.
worthwhile if they are then able to experience it and really start to buy into it and understand it more, which it sounds like exactly what you're describing. But I guess my last kind of main question is around where SEO education is going in the future. Because of how fast things are changing in the industry, how do you envision people should, what approaches should be taken for people to get up to scratch with everything? Is it just still going to be these sessions that you try and educate people on? Or is there anything else that they can do because of the plethora of information that exists out there and how fast things are adapting and changing? What do you think?
Yeah. The approach, I'm taking is to see searches, the overall search landscape in a holistic way, and work with the PR team, social team, content teams, brand teams to see how can we own as much as possible real estate on the SERPs and get at least this core cross-functional team, I call super team, to work together and aligned to achieve it.
Okay, so I suppose then it's
Yeah.
really a case of collaboration then, right? Because it's like you need, especially because at the end of the day, like we're talking SEO education just to be able to get people to understand the value of SEO and why they need to care. But at the end of the day, it's stuff that can really help bolster and improve their own priorities and their sort of KPIs, whatever they're
Yeah.
focused on. It can all help work in unison. So I like that you sort of mentioned like, you know, the super team of getting all the sort of relevant type of groups, teams related within that digital space and the brand to come together, because I guess it is a team effort at the end of the day. So obviously there's going to be things that you as an SEO are going to need from PR, from brand, from developers, from content teams. There's all, you know, types of people that you're going to need to sort of help you out. It's almost like help me help you sort of thing. So it sounds like that is really the crux of what you're getting at here in terms of like fostering that collaboration within those different teams. And I suppose it's, yeah, it's a really interesting thing to understand from your perspective, obviously being like a one person team at this moment in time, within an organization where you have lots of other different types of teams and having to continuously provide sessions and educate people. I think it's a really interesting approach. And I think it's definitely something that the people listening out there, especially if they can relate being themselves in part of this structure of small team need to educate people. That's
Yeah.
You've provided plenty of really, really good ideas in terms of how to do that. And my final thing to say, Helen, is if there are going to be people who are maybe have questions or unsure about how to approach it or really want to get to know more about the sessions that you ran, where can people find you to sort of get in touch if they've got any questions about that?
You can find me on LinkedIn, on Hellen Benavides, as you see here, and I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Amazing. Helen, thank you so much for your time, and thank you to everyone listening out there as well. And as always, we will see you in the next episode. Hey, you've reached the end of this video, but don't worry, there's plenty more great content that you can watch right now. All you have to do is click one of the 2 video links on the left side of the screen. And also, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell to never miss out on future uploads.